After trying to beat the weather to Quebec City, I finally decided that I would just take the Via Rail train from Quebec City to Halifax. This meant skipping New Brunswick, but I'll just have to come back and complete that section at another time. We're in New Brunswick. I've never been to New Brunswick before, so I have my feet on New Brunswick soil, I guess. I won't count this really because you should really have to stay the night or eat a meal or something, but it's still fun. Okay, it's time for the hotel room tour. This is the Hotel Halifax. And I guess I'll start with the bathroom. But there's coffee and a fridge. No microwave. That's okay. All right, good stuff. Got the lotion, soap, and my favorite, they got all the stuff in the shower. Yay. That means I can like go to town on the hair washing, you know? All right. They upgraded me, double queen. Not sure why, but cool. Nice big TV. So it's like, as you can see maybe from this clock, 9:45. I just got in. So I don't know how much big TV I'll be using, but no charging things on this lamp. But there are charging things on this alarm clock. So I've got 2 USB and 2 regular plugs, and that's it. So, yep, there we go. Here it is. Okay, this is Halifax. I'm heading out of town right now and going to the grocery store. Okay, I'm leaving Halifax. Woo! They started me off with a nice hill. Actually, I went grocery shopping, and then to get to the bike trail, I had to go on a nice hill. So I went up the nice hill, and now I'm on a bike path. But before that, I was all city streets. I gotta say, Halifax's bike lanes are lacking. Definitely, especially after some of the other big cities in Canada that I've been to recently. So, yeah. But there's this, which is nice. This trail is called the Chain of Lakes Trail, and it's part of the Blue Route that goes through Nova Scotia. So they are partially completed. There's not a lot, like it's not 100% completed. So I will be going on some areas that are, you know, still in progress, but this one is one of the finalized ones. So Chain of Lakes, right outside of Halifax, heading west towards Peggy's Cove. This is still the Chain of Lakes path, and I see why. This is lake number 2. I'm back on the Trans-Canada Trail. I just got off the Chain of Lakes, and now I'm on the B.L.T. trail, heading west out of Halifax. And I'll have to get off this to go to Peggy's Cove, and I hope the road's not too busy, but we'll see. But it's really nice. It's kind of chilly today, but the colors are beautiful, and it's not raining. This nice little resting place. There's a little nature trail over there. And another lake. It's a little wet. Google Maps and Komoot have told me to go on. This is the road. So, like, I don't mind going through this, but then I don't know what's ahead. So if I have to do this like 20 times, I'm not really interested in that. Okay, I turned around. I don't want to bushwhack. So I'm gonna go back to the bike trail, which is probably a mile back, maybe. Maybe a mile and a half. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I might have to go on the highway, or I might have to go on the highway. Okay, I'm on Margaret's Bay Trail now. So I turned around from the way that the Google was telling me to go. I'm going to go on Margaret's Bay Trail for a little while and see if I can take Peggy's Cove Road into Peggy's Cove. But we'll see how the highway is. I'm sure there's a reason Google took me the other way. Okay, so it's Lunch of Champions. So I kind of hit a snag. Peggy's Cove Road is really busy and there's barely a shoulder. So I found this place that has food and it has a nice view. So I'm going to sit here and contemplate what my next move is. Okay, I tried to go on Peggy's Cove Road and it's just too busy. I know right now it looks great, but that's only because I finally pulled out the camera when it was slow, but it's a little bit busy, and this shoulder right here is actually bigger than it normally is. You can see up here it gets smaller. And I'm just not really that comfortable. And yeah, so I'm going to turn around and go back down the bike trail along the coast. Okay, I'm still on the Margaret Bay Trail. This section is very smooth. And yeah, this goes, I think, for 35 kilometers or something from just outside of Halifax to, I guess I'll figure out where to. I think I'm going to go on this to the finish and then go on roads after that, which we'll see how that goes, because the last time I tried that it wasn't great. So in case you're thinking of doing this section of this trail, you can see the road down there and also water. So you can go on the highway if you want to, or the road. It's Margaret's Bay Road. And it goes right along this little water, which may be Margaret's Bay, I don't know. But I can see from here that there's not really much of a shoulder. So it has better views, but it's maybe a little less safe. Look at these big piggies. This is cool. It shows all the species at risk and then all the species that are in each area. But then it also shows all the First Nations tribe names. So I came up here through this area: Comox, Squaw, Shuswap, Okanagan, Kootenay, all across Assiniboine. And then I came down and I went through Ojibwa, Menominee, and then over here to Ottawa, around there. And now I'm in Mi'kmaq. I don't know how to say it. Mi'kmaq? Mi'kmaq. All right, I made it to the Atlantic Ocean. Woo-hoo. So this is Hubbard, and I'm looking for a camping ground that should be somewhere here. So this is the morning view from my camp. I'm in Hubbard Bay. And there's a ton of ducks. Lots and lots of ducks. I don't know if you can still hear them, but they were my alarm clock this morning. Okay, this is Hubbard Beach. And actually where I stayed was right over there on the other side of that little pond, or whatever that is. And so I thought I would, since I had an opportunity now, because a lot of these things have been rocky, I think I would stick my wheel in the water for like the final. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Bob touched the Atlantic. Ugh. So I've gone from coast to coast in a very roundabout way. Okay, I'm leaving Hubbards Bay and I'm back on the Margaret Bay Trail, which unfortunately I think only goes for like another 20 miles from here, but don't quote me on that. But it definitely does not go as far as I need to go, so I'm gonna have to do some road riding at some point. I just had a little bit of road just to get here, and it's busier than you would think. It's a Highway 3, which is a feeder road, a county road or whatever you want to call it, but it goes right along the water, and it's the lighthouse route, so I thought it would be busy at summer, but it's a little bit busy right now. So anyway, it's nice to be back on the bike path for a little while, just so I don't have to ride on the road, but I don't have the views of the water from here, so it's a kind of a sacrifice. I think I'm having an epiphany or something. I don't know. I was just riding through these kind of, trees that have lost their leaves and are brown, turning brown, and are going into their hibernation phase. And I thought about how at the start of this trip it was snowing and things were just budding, and flowers were coming out and leaves were coming out and everything was beginning and everything's starting to end. And I had this like weird moment of like, I don't know, where I felt like Buddha or something, where I'm like, everything goes in circles. It's a circle of life. A revelation. Anyway, it's kind of interesting that my trip is also almost ending, so it kind of goes hand in hand. It was like I started and nature was starting, and I'm finishing and nature's finishing. But you know what? The fun thing is next year it's going to happen all over again. So in both cases. So it's just kind of a weird thought. I don't know. Weird thoughts in the morning. Hey, I'm still on the Margaret Bay Trail. And look at those colors. It's a little cold. It's about 40 degrees. I'm only like 6 or 7 miles in, but kind of just taking my time today. Looking at the view. I mean, it's really nice. Whoop. I'm still on the bike path. This one is the Crescent Connector, I think I'm on right now. Okay, now I'm on the Dynamite Trail, which is still part of the Blue Route, but there's like 5 different sections, and this is the Dynamite Trail section. here's tonight's place. Isn't it cute? It's the Kitch Inn. So they have an inn and they have pizza, or a restaurant with pizza. So very cute, right? Here's the bathroom. Anyway, it has shampoo and conditioner, which is great. Plus this. We got lotion, we got good soap. Oh, it's nice. We got bathrobes. Very cute, very cute. So this place is really nice because she gave us coffee and snacks. Oh, okay, good morning. It's a little chilly. It's actually like 9 o'clock. I'm leaving, I think it's called Mahone Bay. And I'm heading to Middlefield or Middletown. Middleville. I don't know. I'm basically gonna go from one side of Nova Scotia to the other today, from south to north. It's about 60 miles and mostly on bike paths, so that's good. Anyway, it's a little cold. I think it's 36 according to Google. Feels like 30. So yeah, but it's not too bad. And the view is pretty. This house has some good decorations. Look at that, whole cemetery. Deer season. This is a good picnic spot. Huh. I wonder if someone moved that or if the water is higher than it normally is. So this is the South Shore Annapolis Valley Trail. And it actually goes all the way from New Germany, where I got onto it, up to Middleton, which is where I'm going, which I think is about 60 kilometers between the two. So it's pretty much an ATV trail, but there's some nice little pull-offs and stuff. And some creeks and lakes, and so just taking it slow though. Okay, I'm inside the Orchard Queen Motel and RV Park. And so pretty basic. You can see Bob's kind of shoved in there. There's a lamp on one side. No plug, so I actually like to sleep on this side of the bed. No plug on my side, but maybe Bob will have to sleep on that side, except the heater is right here. And it's cranking. Feels so good. It's kind of cold out. So basic amenities: television, refrigerator, microwave, which is good because the last place didn't have one. Iron, coffee, tea. Oh, lovely. This is all lovely. You know, you really sometimes take stuff for granted and then you don't have it, and then you don't take it for granted as much. Bathroom and a little bitty shower. All right, well, there's no shampoo or anything, but hey, you know what? I am happy. I'm happy. Those deer. Yep. Watch out, I think it's deer season. Anyway, I'm leaving Middleton, Nova Scotia, and I'm heading to Wolfville, where I'm going to meet up with a friend there. So I have about 60 kilometers roughly, and it's all on this dirt trail. I might have to go through a couple little towns, but basically it's all on this dirt trail. So I waited until a little later to start because It was about 30 degrees this morning. It's probably about 40 degrees now. Definitely a lot warmer, but it's cooling down. It's fall. You can feel it. Okay, I'm about 5 miles out of Middleton, and the path is a little sandy. So you can see this other guy's bike track ahead of me. A little bit deeper than it was before. So it's kind of slow going. And every day it just gets more bare and more bare. It's funny how fast it's changed. It just went yellow and then now it's going bare. The yellow is back. That other part was a little bit bare, but this is back. Look at this. Today is the last day of riding my bike in Canada. So I will go spend some time with a friend and box the bike up and get on a plane. So couldn't have picked a better day. It's probably like high 50s now. Clear blue sky, yellow leaves. It's great. I'm not quite done riding. I still have a little riding to do on the West Coast, but this is the last of the riding for the East Coast. Okay, I'm like, I don't know, 20 miles away from the finish. It's kind of bittersweet. So I think on this trip I've ridden almost 9,000 miles all the way across the US and Canada, up and down from Mexico to Canada. And I know it feels kind of good right now to almost be done, but I know in a couple of days I'm gonna wonder what I'm doing next, you know? So, kind of a weird feeling. Quack, quack, quack. I love their little quacks. Quack, 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 quack.